Chainsaw Man quickly became one of my favorite new anime series when it dropped back in 2022. Now, the story continues with the brand new movie release, but the real question is, does this film live up to the hype or does it fall short compared to other animated shows that have recently made the jump to the big screen? Let's get started on my review of Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze Arc. Let's go.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's going on, all my beautiful people? This is Jacey, and I just finished watching Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze Arc. Before I do get started on my review, please note this will be a spoiler-free review, just in case you haven't seen it yet, currently showing in theaters right now. Also, please make sure to hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on more new anime movies that I'm reviewing just like this. Alright, Chainsaw Man. I have liked this show ever since it premiered. I felt like it was one of those rare shows that not only had a brilliant concept, something so different, but also a lot of its iconography and how the characters are and this different world filled with devils. I remember checking it out and thinking to myself, man, I am so invested within the first 2 episodes. And since then, when I did hear that they were releasing a movie, much like Demon Slayer, I thought, I gotta watch this. And I love how anime is starting to become a little more mainstream. I mean, usually I'm against things happening like that because I don't want something to become too popular to where it starts to dilute some of these films or even the shows. But in anime, I just love to see it because when I was a kid, you would kind of get picked on for talking about anime shows, or at least you would be looked at weird or treated weird, I guess you could say. But Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, continues right after the first season left off, diving back into Denji's chaotic life as a devil hunter. Now, the story, of course, without giving too many spoilers, follows Denji, still under the control of the mysterious Makima. Now, this does feature a new character. Now, you're probably wondering, why is it called Reze Arc? And that is because this does feature a new character named Reze. Now, this story itself not only transitions in a beautiful way from the show to the movie, but also I will preface this with saying, you guys, it is a little slower the way it starts off. Within the first, I would say 30 minutes is a lot of buildup or certain things that are happening and you're wondering, okay, where is this leading to? And after that 30 to 35 minute mark, it hits the ground running. And that's when you are reminded, oh yeah, this show is action-packed, has gore, has violence, a lot of funny moments, and things that just have you feeling so entertained. Now, what makes this movie stand out compared to a lot of anime movies now is that it is a little bit slower, more emotional in tone, especially within that first act. The film takes its time exploring Denji's feelings and his search for meaning instead of rushing into non-stop action, which I did appreciate. I thought within the first 5 minutes, it's just going to be nothing but action, 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 violence, gore, all those things, and then here and there, a little bit of dialogue and story. But this interesting choice in pacing allows viewers to really feel the emotional tension as Denji starts to question his role in the devil hunting world and what it means to have a heart. Man, I love the overall theme of this movie and the message. The film does end on a major cliffhanger though, clearly setting up the next chapter, but it's not in a way where you think, oh man, now I gotta wait. It's still satisfying with what we get in this film, which surprised me because I thought this was just gonna be a filler movie until the second season. But no, you get a lot of character development in here, and you also get some things that happen with Denji that I was not expecting when it comes to the action. And yes, you guys, it is true. If you are seeing the reviews, it definitely tugged on my heartstrings for sure. Now, I will say that there are English dub versions showing in certain theaters, which is the version that I saw, but I do plan on seeing the Japanese version this weekend as well. But speaking from the English dub versions, we've got some strong performances, and the Japanese version, from what I've heard, has some brilliant performances as well. The thing that I love the most about a lot of the English dub version, as well as the Japanese version from the show and what I'm hearing from the movie, is that their chemistry feels natural, making their growing relationship believable and heartfelt. The quiet conversations and tender moments between them carry as much weight as the explosive battle scenes, especially like I said within that first act. Now, although this is kind of credited to the animation, and I will get to that in a second, there are a lot of scenes without much dialogue, and their voices add layers of emotion that make the story feel alive, which Which, yes, that brings me to animation. Studio Mappa once again proves why they're one of the best in the anime industry. My gosh, you guys, there was certain scenes I was so blown away by. And that's probably another reason why I want to go and see it again. But there's certain frames that look stunning. Whether it's a quiet coffee shop scene or an intense battle, the movie blends 2D and 3D animation in a way that feels seamless and cinematic. There were certain parts I thought, wait, that's 3D and that's 2D. Wow. And it seems so brilliantly seamless that you really can't tell unless you pay close attention. Lighting, reflections, and motions are handled with incredible care, especially during the romantic and emotional scenes where small details like a sunbeam or a raindrop can make a moment hit harder. That's what I feel like contributes to some of these gut-wrenching moments that just make you want to burst out in tears. One highlight is how Mappa uses animation to express Denji's feelings. When he first meets Reze, the visuals burst with light and color, showing his intense infatuation. Later, during a specific scene in the water, I won't say too much, the animation slows down just enough to capture the nervous energy between them. It's a beautiful mix of emotional storytelling and technical skill. Now, as far as the action, because we do have to talk about the action, especially if you're into anime and you're watching this, yeah, trust me, there's a lot of action, but again, be patient with that first act because there is a slow build until you get there. But when it hits, I promise you it hits. And I mean, it really delivers with this movie. The final act explodes with movement, intensity, and visual creativity. Denji's transformation into Chainsaw Man is thrilling, and the massive fight scenes push the limits of what anime can do on the big screen. And mind you, you guys, I saw this on IMAX. I had someone message me like a while ago telling me they're gonna go and see it in 4DX this weekend. Man, you are so lucky, and I'm so jealous. So whatever you do, please make sure if you are a fan of this show, go and see it on the biggest screen possible, or even if it has 4DX or anything like that, because this experience was jaw-dropping to say the least. The mix of fluid animation, camera angles, and a pounding rock soundtrack makes every punch and slash feel impactful. I did love a lot of the rock music playing in certain scenes, especially during the battles. I thought, man, we're getting into it. And within, I would say, half of the movie, you get some emotional songs as well that really add to it. But when those action scenes start and you get that rock music playing, had me so pumped to see what was going to happen. Now, what's impressive is that the action never loses its emotional grounding. Every fight connects back to the story and Denji's internal struggle. You're not just watching chaos, you're watching a young man fighting for control over his own life and feelings. The energy, emotion, and animation all work together to create a finale that's both powerful and unforgettable. I was so surprised walking out of this movie because yes, we're not getting season 2 until 2027, sadly, but I walked out of this movie feeling satisfied and like I got a great appetizer until we get the second season. Now here are my final thoughts, you guys. Chainsaw Man Reze Arc is more than just blood, gore, and chainsaws. It's a story about love, identity, and heartbreak. The movie balances quiet character moments with jaw-dropping action, making it one of the most well-rounded anime films in recent years. Now, while it may not be ideal for newcomers who haven't seen the first season, fans of the series will find this to be a powerful continuation that deepens the story and emotions of its main character. And if you have not seen the first season, go and check it out. What are you doing? Please go and watch it. I think it is currently showing on Hulu, but I know for sure it's showing on Crunchyroll. I love that first season. With all that being said, you guys, I'm gonna give Chainsaw Man Reze Arc 4.5 flames out of 5 and a super fire film rating.
It's fantastic.
And again, although you do have to watch that first season at least to somewhat know what's going on, you won't regret it because this movie is something for sure great. And I can't wait to see the second season when it does come out. But all right, guys, so have you seen Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc yet? If you have, let me know what you thought of it overall in the comments below. I thought it was peak. And last thing before I do go, you guys, please make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date. My name is Jacey, and until next time, I'm out.